Yep, you know what time it is, man. This is, of course, your favorite channel, man, CTB. This is Chantel Boxing. I'm your boy, Jay Slay. Say what up to him, man.
What's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in.
Most definitely. This is most definitely our post-fight, man, of a great fight last night. It was actually a pretty good card, man. I'm not going to lie. I was actually pleasantly surprised about the whole entire card. But we're here to talk about the main event today, man. We want to talk about Caleb Plant versus David Benavides, in which we both was wrong on our predictions, but you was right about the person that you picked to win and the way he was going to win, almost. If the 11th round would have turned out a little bit different. But Caleb Plant survived, and David Benavides won by unanimous decision. What was your overall opinion of the fight first before we break down the possible matchup between him and Canelo Alvarez?
The fight lived up to the expectations. It was everything that we hoped for, and as a boxing fans, I think we were given a treat last night. I think, like you said, from the first fight all the way up to the main event, all the fights were fire. Like, I enjoyed the card. I think PBC put the matchmaking was great for this fight. And finally, a lot of times we'll get big fights and they don't live up to the hype, or go like we think it's gonna go. But overall, I think it was a great night for boxing, man. So I was pleased, man. I think it was well worth the $80 to spend for that pay-per-view event.
Yeah, most definitely. I most definitely paid for this event. Like I said, usually I pay for the fights because I love to see the avoid any type of interruption or any type of buffering. So I actually paid for this event. I got in the high definition. It was, man, like I said, I was thoroughly enjoyed this whole card. I'm with you though, man. The fight lived up to expectation. I actually like how they hugged it out at the end and actually buried the hatchet a little bit. The fight went exactly how we thought it was going to go. To be honest, we both said the same thing. Even though I picked Plant to win by KO, I still said that it was a fear of mine that he was going to gas out. It was a fear of both of ours. And in my opinion, that was exactly what happened. I think Caleb Plant gassed out after round 7. You can kind of see it in his footwork stopped, his body language stopped, and he started getting caught by shots that he was making Benavides miss early in the fight. Because the first 4 rounds, man, he was pretty much embarrassing Benavides, in my honest opinion, when it comes to his boxing experience. His defensive acumen. What you think about the announcers in the fight, man, and how they constantly piled on Kenny Bayless, man? Because I was kind of a little bit disgusted on how they pretty much was baiting Kenny Bayless on how the fight was going.
It was horrible all night to me. Like I said, it was so bad I almost muted the TV, because as announcers, you're not supposed to be fans. To me, they were fans of certain fighters, of the style that they preferred. I mean, even with the Colbert fight, I thought that they was fans of Rayo. I think they was rooting for him secretly, and I thought it was a very close fight. It could have been either way, but because of the bias of the announcers, people thought it was this landslide victory. But I tell people, I've been saying it on comments today, show me 6 rounds that he won. Show me 6. I mean, he was the more dominant fighter. He had the bigger moments, but overall, Colbert stole a lot of those rounds in between because Rayo wasn't busy enough. Same thing with Caleb Plant. Caleb Plant, I thought, was dominating the first 4 or 5 rounds in the fight, and the announcer would almost be, conflicted of what they would be saying, almost a hypocrite, because one moment they say Plant is outboxing Benavides, he needs to pick it up, and he's giving away rounds. Then they come back and say, but I think it's still a close fight. And I was saying, how is it a close fight? If 4 of the first 5 rounds he probably won, that means he's up by 3 points on the scorecard. So how is it a close fight when he's clearly sweeping the scorecards in the first half of the fight? But it seemed like when Benavides started to come on, it seemed like the announcers got excited, and the fanboy came out. And as announcers, you can't do that. You have to stay neutral in a fight and just call it like it is, and not be swayed by who you prefer or a style of fighting you prefer. I think those announcers preferred a more aggressive, come forth style over a pure boxer, and I think that showed in the way they was announcing the fight.
It made me curious, bro. It made me very curious on how they're going to call this fight when it's Benavides versus Canelo Alvarez. Because what did they think Canelo Alvarez going to do in the closing range? You think he's going to sit there and exchange and play rock on sock and robots with David Benavides, or you think he's going to clinch? So I'm curious to see that when Canelo's in the ring with Benavides, which seems to be a strong possibility if Canelo can get past his next opponent in Ryder. We're going to see if they call Canelo out for the same thing. Because I guarantee the 5'6" how tall is Canelo? Like 5'6", 5'7"? He can't be no taller than 5'7", 5'8". In my opinion. So the 5'8", Canelo Alvarez going in there against the 6 foot David Benavides with a massive reach advantage. And obviously, yeah, he has punching power and hand speed. So I wonder what they're going to say about Canelo Alvarez when he come in close, throw his shots, and then all of a sudden clinch David Benavides. I actually counted the amount of clinches that was in the 7th round. I think it was. I can remember off the top of my head. They was complaining about playing clinching, and he only clinched maybe 3 or 4 times in that entire round. But I can remember, like, let's say for instance, Shane Mosley versus Mayweather. How many times did they think Mayweather clinched Shane Mosley in that fight? Even though Mayweather was dominating him, he still would clinch in close to keep Mosley from doing anything up close. That was Plant's whole game plan. Everybody knew that. Everybody knew Plant's fights that way. He jabs and holds. He jabs and clinches when he comes. He fought his last couple fights like that. You look how he fought Canelo. He fought Canelo the same way. You watch how he fought Darrell. He fought Darrell the same way. So what was they honestly expecting him to do against David Benavides?
This is nothing new in boxing. Like you said, Fury did it with Wilder, and they considered it a masterpiece. Kell Brook did it with Sean Porter when they fought, and they said it was smart boxing. So I don't know. Like I said, I think it's your preference. And these announcers, I hope to God that the next big pay-per-view fight the PBC do, they don't get the same guys because they were horrible all night. Bring Sean Porter or some other guys that know the sport a little better because they kind of that's the only thing that didn't make it a perfect night as far as the boxing card was the announcers. They were horrible.
I'm going to say this too before I go to the next topic. I'm going to say this too. You got to say, you said it right. You said there was a little bit of bias involved with it, but I'm going to tell you why I was a little bit of bias involved with it. Showtime's in need of big fights. Even though they have a lot of big fights coming up in this year, there's no bigger fight than Canelo Alvarez. So, of course, they don't want their fighter in David Benavides to win that ticket, to win that golden ticket to fight Canelo Alvarez for their network. They know that a David Benavides fight versus Canelo Alvarez is massive compared to a rematch with Killer Plant and Canelo Alvarez. So, come on, use your common sense, people. They wanted that. They wanted a David Benavides win for that purpose. I know people don't think boxing is corrupt or boxing don't show bias that way. Well, I will say this fight was a clean fight. I don't think there was anything wrong with the judges. The judges had the same score. I think one judge had the exact same scorecard I had when I had Benavides up by 2 rounds. So I don't see anything when it comes to that as being crooked. But like you said, the way they sway perception to the fans, you can kind of see which way they wanted to see who win. They wanted Benavides to win this fight with all their with everything because they know that Canelo Alvarez versus David Benavides fight is massive.